god, it was just, it was just complete dumpster fire. It was so bad. Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know this video is late, it's just I was gonna record it the night I watched it, but then I was like, no. And then I was gonna do it the next morning, but I was crying so much, I couldn't. Literally, I could not. So, I'm doing it now, so you guys are gonna... I know it's weirdly uploaded, but whatever. This is my review for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. First of all, I want to say this was like my most anticipated film because you guys know I've been a fan of the sequel trilogy since The Force Awakens came out, and I was just so intrigued by the characters and like where they were gonna go, and mostly like with Rey and Kylo Ren. But it was so bad. This movie was so bad. It was literally dumpster fire. Yeah, I heard that like people didn't like the movie, but I was like, oh, that's probably nothing. But then I realized people were saying that if you like The Last Jedi, you would hate it. And if you guys don't know, The Last Jedi is my favorite Star Wars film. Like, that's the film for me. I love it. I love it so much. And I was like, oh god, I hope not. I was like, I hope these people are wrong. I hope I like it. So I went in like with my expectations super, super, super low. And when I walked out of the cinema, I was like, oh, this wasn't too bad. But then I went on Twitter and I was talking to my friends about it, and they were like pointing out things, because when I saw it, I was just so anxious for Kylo that I didn't pay attention to anything. But then they started pointing things out, and I was like, oh wait, this film was actually bad. Like, it's horrible. There's gonna be spoilers, by the way. So this is all spoilers. I'm not even gonna do a non-spoiler. I'm just gonna go deep into what I liked, which is like 2 things, and then what I didn't like, which is like a whole page. I have a whole paper. I'm gonna start with what I did like. I did like the action sequences. Those were pretty cool. I mean, action sequences are cool. They're just fun. I liked the stuff in Pisana. That was really cool. And that's it. Yeah, sequences were cool. I kind of like that whole lightsaber battle with Rey and Kylo Ren. I keep looking over here. That's because I have the bucket. I paid for this bucket and kind of regret it, but I mean, whatever. That's all. The sequences were cool, and then the only other thing I have is Reylo. Like, literally, every single scene was so boring that I was like, when is a Force Spawn coming? When is a Force Spawn coming? Because honestly, like, you're gonna be lying to yourself if you say that Rey and Kylo Ren aren't the most interesting characters in the story, because that's literally it. Like, The Force Awakens, Rey and Kylo were awesome. And then in The Last Jedi, literally, they were the best. They stole the show, Daisy and Adam's chemistry. And then for this one, the whole time I was like, when is a Force Spawn coming? And the Force Spawns were really interesting, but also weird. I'll go into that later. All the Reylo stuff I really liked. Like when she was like, I want to take Ben's hand. I was like, oh no. And then she heals him, and she heals the scar, and she heals where she stabbed him because she stabbed him. Oh my god, the kiss. Oh my god. Oh my god. And like literally when he gets redeemed, like that scene with Han and Ben, or Kylo, and then he switches to Ben and he throws his lightsaber, like that was great. I love that. Like that's literally it. Like those were just the redeeming parts. All the Reylo scenes, and then when Han came back. Like I was like, a lot of people were saying, oh, Han's gonna come back, because they were just like theorizing that Han would come back, because obviously Carrie Fisher couldn't do, like, she was not here, so she can't like film whatever they had planned for her to bring back Ben, which they kind of did. So they just brought back Harrison Ford. I didn't know how I felt about that, but then watching it, I was like, oh my god, oh my god. That's literally all I liked. Now, I'm gonna move to what I didn't like. I felt like this was just to appease the fanboys. They just ignored everything that happened in The Last Jedi, and they kind of made fun of it, too, and I didn't like that. Like, I don't know why they chose to do that instead of being like, oh, let's respect Rian Johnson. No, instead they were like, screw that guy, and I hated that so much. And also, I thought Rey being a nobody was perfect. Like, you don't have to be a part of this bloodline to be a cool, powerful person, but no, they had to make her a Palpatine, which was stupid. I mean, it's kind of poetic in a way that Kylo Ren is Darth Vader's grandson, and she's Palpatine's granddaughter, and that's like good for like in terms of Reylo stuff. But other than that, I just thought it was dumb. They should have kept her as a nobody. What could have been. I also think Finn being force sensitive, it was just out of place. Like, it was kind of hinted at in The Force Awakens, but it wasn't pursued in The Last Jedi at all. And for it to just be like this luminous thing in The Rise of Skywalker was kind of dumb. It served no purpose except for that one scene, but other than that, like, he didn't do anything with it. So I just thought that was... It could have been handled better, but it wasn't. So then we're moving to Poe, because obviously you talk about Finn, you gotta start talking about Poe. I don't like that they made him heterosexual. I mean, even though Oscar played that role as gay as he possibly could, I don't like that they brought in Zori just to be his ex-love interest, and that was weird. Like, that whole last scene with them at the Resistance base, I just thought was disgusting. I also didn't like that they made him a drug dealer. Like, Oscar Isaac is Latino, and that's very stereotypical. Like, why would they do that? I don't know why they chose that, and I just thought that it was dumb. Like, really? As for Leia, her scenes were so awkward. I mean, I know they tried as hard as they could to just input her in, because, you know, you can't take her away. But man, like, the scenes, you could just tell that she wasn't talking to these characters at all. Like, she was talking to someone else from a scene from The Force Awakens. And I just thought that was so, oh my god, I don't know. I didn't like it. Like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I love Carrie Fisher, I love Leia, but they just should have not included her at all. They should have said she was somewhere else. But it just, you can tell that she wasn't talking to Rey, she wasn't talking to Poe, she wasn't talking to anyone. Like, the only times I actually believed she was there was when there was no dialogue and you just saw shots of her just looking at everyone who was talking in the Resistance base. But other than that, it didn't work out. It didn't work out for me. I mean, it might have worked out for other people, but for me personally, I didn't believe it, and I just thought it was horrible. For another character thing, I thought Hux's subplot, he's the mole, I thought that would have been so interesting if he, like, backpedaled against Kylo and then just, like, betrayed him and stuff, but then he gets killed, like, 2 seconds later, so it was a dumb subplot. Like, it would have been better if they, like, explored it more, but there was no time. Like, also, like, the screen time was, or yeah, the whole movie was, like, 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I just thought that they should have made it, like, at least 2 hours and 40 minutes, like, because it just, the editing was choppy, like, the film was so rushed, like, literally, that could have been, like, a whole trilogy in its own, like, just that one movie. It was so rushed, I hated it so much. Also, with characters, I thought Jana was unnecessary. She was just there to be like, ooh, I'm an ex-stormtrooper and I'm force sensitive. Like, I don't know how I feel about that too, because it's like saying, oh, if you're force sensitive, then you'll get out of the First Order, but like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people left the First Order without being force sensitive. I don't know why they included that, but that was weird. And also, I don't like that they sidetracked Rose. Like, I just think that was just pleasing the fanboys that didn't like Rose, and I hated it so much. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm probably gonna start crying. Ben Solo was done dirty, so he gets redeemed. I love that. I love that he finally redeems himself when he realizes. But just to have him killed off in the end, I didn't like that at all. I just think that he was done so dirty. Like, he's literally the Skywalker that was supposed to rise, not Rey. And oh my god, don't even get me started on that last line. I hate it so much, and where her story goes at the end, I hate it. Oh my god. But he was supposed to be the Skywalker that rises, and he just dies. And I mean, I know it's because they didn't know how to handle it, or they didn't have enough screen time to be like, oh, he's good now, and like everyone just wouldn't accept it. But they didn't have to kill him off. Like, oh, they really didn't have to. But oh, I hate that they chose to. Oh my god, like, you guys have no idea. I was like so depressed. Like, and you guys will see in my vlog, I just started crying. But, like, this was before I saw the film. Like, I just started crying because I just had a feeling, like, I was like, oh, he's gonna, like, die. Like, I don't know, I just had this weird feeling. And then I started crying for, like, 2 days. And then I saw something on Twitter that was, like, kind of hinting at it. And I was like, oh, no. So then I've just been crying every single day since I saw, for, like, this past week. He just means so much to me. And I'm just kind of sad that it says, oh, like, if you've been abused your whole life, and you've just been alone and lonely, like your parents disown you, your family disown you, the bloodline disowns you, and you redeem yourself, you're gonna die, and I don't like that. That's all I have to say about this. I'm just super angry at the end, considering I love The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. It's sad. I mean, at least I have those films. Like, that's all I got going for me, is I have those films, and I can keep them dear to my heart, and also the Reylo scenes, and the kiss, I loved so much, but 2 seconds later, it was given, and then it was taken. Share your guys' thoughts. I know a lot of people like it, in which I'm gonna say, good, I'm happy you liked it. Like, at least someone did. I mean, I didn't, and I'm not here to be like, oh, I hated this, so you guys should too. I didn't like it, so that's all I have to say about that. I've seen a couple episodes of The Mandalorian, but I don't know if, honestly, if I'm gonna continue Star Wars. Like, just thinking about Star Wars, I don't even want to rewatch all the films. I just don't. Oh, I'm just so angry at this film, like, oh, and I heard that they didn't even consult the Lucasfilm story group, which is a story group that checks to make sure that every single thing that's published or made, like, is in with canon, and it's just so bad. And wait, did I mention Rey Palpatine? I think I did. Anyways, but that was horrible. I didn't like this film. I'm happy if you did. If you didn't, well, good, you're smart. No, that's all I have to say about this. I'm done. I'm done with Star Wars, just for now. I just want to say thank you to Adam Driver for bringing this character of Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, to life, and I will forever be grateful for that. He was the best actor. He was just like the best everything in the trilogy, and I just want to say thank you to him especially for bringing this character to life. And even though he literally had no dialogue when he was Ben Solo, which he didn't, you could check, no dialogue, the only word he said was ow. God, he still embodied Ben Solo as much as he could for, like, whatever, with the short amount of screen time that he had. He was just like his daddy. Oh my god. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this. So thank you guys for watching. That's how I feel about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I really hope it turned out different, but it didn't. So I can't really, I mean, whatever. At least I got my Reylo, so, for the second, and then it was taken away from me. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!